Hello everyone and welcome to Campus Channel. I'm here with EM Lyon Business School and École Centrale de Lyon, and we're going to be talking about the Bachelor of Science in Data Science for Responsible Business. In order to do so, I have the pleasure to welcome the Program Director, Jean Savignan, and two of his students, Boutsarakam Senorlat and Selina Zohabi. The three of them are here to answer my question, but first we're going to start with the pitch. So the pitch, Jean, is a 60-second talk in which you're going to have to tell us everything that we need to know about the Bachelor. Are you ready?
I'll try.
Well,
thanks a lot, Guillaume.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so the Bachelor of Science in Data Science for Responsible Business is a joint program from École Centrale de Lyon and EM Lyon Business School, so two top engineering and business schools in Lyon. It's a program which is accredited by the university system in French. It delivers a diploma from the French universities. It's a four-year program held for international students, held 100% in English, during which students will acquire know-how and mastery of data science, artificial intelligence for responsible business. That is, we educate data scientists with business know-how and understanding and mastery of human issues at stake when you develop and use artificial intelligence. The program is 4 years. The first year is intensive in math and computer science to have the foundations to do data science. Second year, data science pursuit and AI, so machine learning, statistical learning, deep learning, all the fancy thing about AI, and certifications in cloud computing. And year 3 and 4 are business applications of all this, and there are specialization track, one in data science in partnership with a company, one in research with a research lab, and one in entrepreneurship to develop your own business with the incubators of our schools. And students after 4 years can work as AI experts from AI technology all the way up to business where AI is used. As students of our two schools, the Bachelor of Science, our students have become members of the alumni networks of our two schools. That is more than 65,000 professionals across the globe. So if you are high school students with an appetite for mathematics, if you want to do and learn artificial intelligence for responsible business and responsible causes, if you're interested into responsible engineering and business, come talk to us and meet our students. We'll be happy to see you.
All right, thank you very much. It was a bit more than 60 seconds, let's be honest about that. However, how to apply? Well, let's see through the admissions. Jean, can you walk me through the admission process?
Yes, so there are two ways.
Yes.
If you are a French student or if you study in a French lycée and prepare the French baccalaureate, you go through Parcoursup. So you, among one of your choices, you select Bachelor of Science in Data Science for Responsible EM Lyon École Centrale, and you apply through Parcoursup. If you are an international student preparing an international baccalaureate, an IB or equivalent, you can apply to the program through our website on a monthly basis, starting in October all the way up through June, basically.
Is there a month that's better than one another, or it's just like whether it's October, I don't know.
It's whenever it's more convenient
ready
for the students. So usually we have most of the international students apply from January to early March, usually, because it's before other applications for other universities. So if they are done with us, they're happy about it. Okay.
All right.
And so in the recruitment process, we select. You upload your transcripts, your school transcripts. You have a first selection. Those who are selected go to an online test in mathematics, in English, some recordings about their motivations. And after this, those selected for final admissions have an interview with me and my colleague Zied Bouyaya from the École Centrale.
Selina, what did you go through? International students, baccalaureate, French baccalaureate students?
So I did a French school in Jerusalem, so I went through Parcoursup. And I did the 3 exams that Mr. Jean Savignan talked about.
All right. What about you?
Same for me. I went to a French international school in Laos, and I went through Parcoursup, and I went through all the 3 tests.
All right, so 2 very international students. I've heard about the digital tests. How did you prepare for those?
I mostly prepared for the math test because it was the hardest, I'm going to say.
For you?
For me.
All right.
And so I just redid like I was already studying for the baccalaureate math, so it was practically the same way of studying. I just redo past papers, past exams.
All right, and for the other parts, was it the same for you? Math was the
Yes,
test?
sir, I've reviewed my math lessons. I also researched what responsible business meant and what a data
So
scientist
what does
is.
it mean? What does it mean?
That was a question that I got in my interview. I said it is a business that took into account the interests of all its stakeholders, its clientele, the environment, and such.
All right, so I understand how you get ready for mathematics, and you know you go through past papers like you said. But how do you get ready for the rest? It's just like you improvise. You just think of what they could ask you, because you have to talk through a computer, basically.
Well, the rest was English test and cognitive test, so there wasn't really much to prepare for.
All right, and same for you?
Yes.
It's just like questions are quite intuitive, like what is responsible business, and just have to give an honest answer about it.
Yes.
Did you know anything about data science before applying?
I knew that it was heavy in mathematics and computer science. That was what made me apply. I wanted to pursue mathematics in my higher studies. But I also felt like I was not made for the preparatory classes of France.
All right, same for you?
Same for me.
All right. And why did you choose EM Lyon specifically? Because you knew you wanted heavy mathematics in your academics. But why EM Lyon and École Centrale de Lyon?
So basically, since it's a joint program between a business school and an engineering school, it was practically like the perfect program for me personally, because I really wanted the mix of the two worlds. So like this, I had a perfect mix of an engineering school and a business school, which are prestigious also.
So the fact it was a joint degree for you was the key point?
Yes.
Different for you, or different reasons maybe?
Same idea as her. And this mentality of a bon plan, where I pay the price of one school for two.
Well, that makes sense as well. You have to be responsible. You have to be in responsible business. There is business as well. It's entirely taught in English. I mean, Laos, Jerusalem, and I guess international students, they do speak English a lot. But when it comes to French students, do they have this English, how could I ease as well, I could say? Is it easy for them as well? Or could you be not as good as them and still apply?
So we have a variety of profiles. I would say most of the students speak very good English, much better than mine, at least. And some speak English in a proficient way. They are efficient and they need additional language classes to pick up and to be more comfortable. But since the program is very international, I think between them, the students, in my opinion, from what I see, interact in English. But
all right.
And I think, for example, last year we had one student whose English level. So the most important, as you said, for the selection into the program is math. So if you are not so top level in English, but if you are good in math, that's better. We had a student who was a bit weak in English, and after a few months, she picked up. And you know, that's something also I told you last year. To follow a math class or a computer science class in English, it's rather easy. Once you know the definitions and the basic vocabulary, how to say a function, a theorem, a proposition, a lemma, a demonstration, and so on and so on and so forth, basically you can follow a class. It's okay.
Buy one, get one free. That could have been a catchphrase, but it's not. Well, let's see what other cliches hide behind this bachelor. Cliches are about preconceptions, ideas that you might have had before applying, once you've applied, you're in Lyon, EM Lyon Business School. I'm not going to name all of those, but what would be the cliche that comes to your mind?
That bachelor programs have less value than Grande École programs.
Do they? Do they not?
Well, first of all, I would say that they address to different types of people. Some people are directly made to go into preparatory classes, while some people want more concrete studies, and that was what I looked for.
Okay, so you want to make sure that it's not about the prestige; it's about what you like and what you want or what you don't want.
Well, the prestige is definitely here.
All right, so yeah, yes. So the prestige is the same; it's just different pedagogy.
Yes. Well, I know it's the truth that in France, if I would go against someone who graduated from a Grande École program in the French job market, the cards wouldn't be in my favor. But I would say internationally, it's very interesting for me, the opportunities.
All right, thank you very much for making that clear. What would be your cliché?
So my cliché would be, we wouldn't expect to find as many girls as boys in these kind of programs.
Yes, no, we don't. It's about mathematics, so normally no.
Especially in engineering school.
True.
But it was, and I personally didn't expect to find that many girls, but in the end we ended up being almost 50-50. So
almost 50-50, so it's not just like, well, there's as many girls, it's really there's actually as many girls as boys.
Yes, almost.
Which is really good.
It was a nice surprise.
It was a nice surprise, and maybe later on the cliché will be like, we didn't expect to find as many men. Maybe one day that's what it's going to be like. Jean, maybe you want to react about those two clichés that you've had as a program director. What do you think of those?
Yes, so I was also very pleased with my colleagues at Central to recruit so many ladies into the program. So indeed, we have 50-50 for the two promotions we've had so far of girls and guys. And indeed, for job positions and prestige about a bachelor compared to a master, you are true that in France there is this tradition to go for a master because it's the tradition of the grandes écoles. It's not the case internationally. And in artificial intelligence, when you master the techniques, even if you don't have a baccalaureate, even if you don't graduate from high school, you get a job. So in terms of job placements, studying AI today is a good thing. And
it feels like it is. It feels like it is, especially nowadays. Yeah. And what would be your cliché then?
Well, my cliché is always the same. That is, you know, it's a joint program between a business school and engineering school. The cliché of business students and business people are smooth talkers who don't know what they're talking about. And the cliché of scientists and engineers is that they are very serious, they are geeks who can't interact. I think in our program we show that our students have both sides and both qualities. That is, they are very social, they can interact very well, and they are very pleasing, and they're also very serious and very good students and very strong academically.
All right, I would say that old habits die hard, but with this bachelor, I guess we're debunking all of those. What is it made of concretely? Let's see that with the program. We kind of have answered that question already, but why have you created this bachelor based on two schools? Why those two schools specifically, Jean?
Yeah, the bottom line is, and I think everybody understands it nowadays. Artificial intelligence is made to, its goal is to replace human decisions, analysis, intelligence by automated systems, by machines. When you do so in business context or in any context, you have to understand the context very well to master it and to understand the consequences. So to teach AI today, you can't do it on the pure technical side, and you can't do it on the pure applied side without understanding what's inside. So you need actually those two words. You need a technical and technological education from engineers, and you need business applications from business schools. So that was absolutely natural to work together to build a program joining the gap between the tech guys and the business guys.
It's a necessity more than anything else.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you feel like you belong to EM Lyon or to École Centrale de Lyon? I'm going to start with you.
I'm going to say EM Lyon.
Okay.
Because socially we're more involved, like even with the students there. And we hang out more at the EM Lyon campus.
All right. What about you, Boutsalakan?
What she said was true. We do have more friends from the EM Lyon bachelor programs because the people at Central, they went through the preparatory classes. They're way older than us.
And according to you, what's the main difference between those two schools? I mean, we mentioned kind of the atmosphere, because like more social events on the EM Lyon campus. But when it comes to the pedagogy, is there a difference as well? Or maybe the campus in itself? I don't know.
Well, the subjects are different. We get all of our mathematics courses, all of our computer science courses, they all come from Central. And all that is related to business, sustainability, it comes from EM Lyon. And so, yes.
So that would be the main difference?
Yes.
The subject that you study, is that how you feel as well? I saw you laughing.
I'm not going to lie, EM Lyon business campus is nicer.
It's nicer? Well, it's new. It's brand new.
Yeah.
It's been revealed.
It's not fair to Central to compare.
Right.
No, but Central campus is nice when it's sunny.
When it's sunny?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it's sunny, so the end of the year is for École Centrale and the beginning of the year is at...
well, at the end of the year, we're not really here.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
September, let's say.
September. What's good about having two schools for you?
So being able to have the advantages of both schools and to experience both totally different schools, engineering school and business school. And academically, having access to both schools, like...
What about it? Is it like a plus or?
It's a plus. It's definitely a plus.
All right. Would you say the same? Different reasons, different?
EM Lyon puts lots of importance, high importance in our career development. We actually have a class on that. And so all of us pretty much have our LinkedIn accounts. And so we get to put 2 of the schools on there. And when I look at job postings and different companies, I see an alum from your school works there pretty much every time. That is very fascinating.
I can tell you have the business side with you. Many bachelors have almost the same name. Why is yours unique?
So there are actually only a few bachelors doing artificial intelligence.
I like to emphasize things.
They are all very good. I would say what's specific about us, we are more technological and applied, I would say, and we have a focus on responsible business and responsible engineering. Okay, that's how we differ from the others.
How have you chosen the teachers of this BSc? Because like they will have to address, I would say, future manager as much as kind of future engineer. So how do you select the teachers that will match those 2 worlds?
So first, the program is run by a joint team from EM Lyon and École Centrale. Okay, and we work together on the pedagogical team. And so we, depending on the classes, we looked for our best colleagues on each side for the classes, and we have follow-ups basically twice a month with the whole pedagogical team to see how students are doing. So it's really a joint program of 2 very different faculty working together. It's very interesting.
Many internships. I can say that there are many internships. There was few BSc, but many internships. Why so many? What's the...
For several reasons. The last 2 internships are to get job experience in data science and AI and to start having a portfolio of projects and real things realized. The first 2 internships are a bit special. The first year internship is reoriented towards responsible practices, so it has to be done in a non-profit organization or humanitarian associations. It's for students to realize that they will master fantastic tools and technology, and that could also increase inequality, that could have bad side effects, and that they could be used, on the other hand, to support those in need. Okay, so we take responsible commitment very seriously, and we send our students to this type of internship for year 1, so that they see it in practice in the field, in field experience. And year 2 internship is a pure tech internship, where they'll do research and development or development or math or research, so that even if they want to do business at the end and work on really business applications of AI and not pure AI, they will have seen at least once how a research and development team works and how it's organized and what's their culture. And that's very important if you do business afterwards linked to AI.
Bachelor thesis?
Yes.
So, well, in my understanding, there was a master thesis that would make sense. So, bachelor thesis, what is it made of? What will I have to do?
So, it's a research project. It's a research document that has to be written in part linked to what students have learned during their program in science and to their experience during their professional internships. Okay. So it's a way to mix quantitative and qualitative research into a substantial document. Okay.
What has surprised you the most since you've entered this bachelor?
I mean, I was prepared mentally that the way of teaching was going to be way more different than in high school, but I had to adapt really fast. So I think this was the hardest thing and the most surprising thing, I'm going to say.
So to adapt yourself to those different kind of teaching, to those 2 different worlds, and making sure that you would get along with it.
Yes, especially as an international student who had to adapt to living abroad alone, while also adapting
new culture,
new schools.
All right, well, that's a lot of adaptability for sure. What about you?
Not much has surprised me yet. Maybe the gap between high school math and the math that we're doing now, we are more autonomous. We have to go deeper on what we see in class on our own time in order to smoothly follow our math courses. Same goes for our computer science courses.
By computer science, you mean coding?
Yes, coding.
So you need to learn how to code, and they give you the basics, and then you have to work on your own a lot. Is that what you're saying?
You must in order to succeed.
You must in order to succeed, really?
I mean, also our grades.
Pardon?
Also our grades.
Really?
Yes.
All right. And
They're going to decrease.
pardon?
They decrease from high school.
Really?
Yes.
So you have to adapt to accept that. You're going to have to work
accepting
more
the fact.
if you want to reach the same level that you had before arriving. What's the word that you've heard the most since your arrival?
I'm going to say work harder.
Work harder.
Even though we do work hard,
All
but
right.
they always expect us to work even more harder and harder.
Okay.
Yes, on our first day, somebody came to us and announced to everybody, you have to work, work, work in the exact same tone.
All right. So that's a lot of work.
I believe it was a Miss Ferry.
Yes.
Jean,
Yeah,
you agree
so-
that they have to work a lot?
Yes, so the first year is challenging. So we select very good students and we make sure that they have the potential to progress, but the first year is challenging. There is a lot of math. There is basically the analysis and the linear algebra of class prepa plus some convex optimization to do AI. And there is the content of computer science the first 2 years at university, so programming, algorithmics, databases. It's a lot. It's difficult in terms of volume, not so much in terms of the content, but it's a lot. So indeed, from day one of school, students have to work regularly, but we have we have tutoring sessions, we have help sessions, we help them, but they have to catch up.
Yeah, plus, I mean, to some extent, no pain, no gain.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's also the value of your diploma. The fact that you had to work hard to get it means that it had a lot of value, I guess. It just makes sense. It wouldn't be nice to be like, well, you don't need to work and yet you will have it.
But you have to admit, the day one was quite early. We began in August.
All right, it was in August. Okay.
No, but it shouldn't. This shouldn't scare students off. Like,
No, I don't think, no. I mean, when I look at you,
It's a good thing.
You don't look like you're traumatized. It feels like
No,
it's
no,
just
we're fine.
it's become a pen between the two of you. I had one last question. Different tracks at the end of the 2 years. That's what you mentioned. How do you help them choose?
So we start explaining a little bit what's going on inside, but they are very, very different, the 3 tracks. So that most students will choose data science track in partnership with a company. So during 1 year, they will be able to work on a full-scale project from A to Z. So typically they do, it starts in the spring term of year 3, it runs through the summer and through the fall term of year 4. And so when you're at school, the spring term of year 3 and fall term of year 4, you work 2 days a week on your project, and during the summertime, you work within the company. So you will have on your CV a full-fledged data science project to show to potential employers. Okay. In the research track, it's the same, but it's you work with a research lab and a researcher. And in the entrepreneurship track, you are coached by the incubators. There are 2 schools to start your business, from the ideas all the way up to your business plans and search for investors and business angels. So they are very different. Statistically, most students go to a data science track. A few who are interested in research go to the research track, and also a few who want to start a business. It's always a minority follow our incubators.
Do you know which one you're going to choose yet? Maybe it's too early, I don't know.
Data science.
All right.
entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Okay, so now we know
Good.
what. Good. See, yeah, that's good because main students will choose that one, but actually you have like 2 different choices. What are you going to do afterwards once they've graduated? Well, let's see that through after. Entrepreneurship, do you know what you want to do? You want to be an entrepreneur? Do you have already like the idea of the company you want to build, or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you know you want to be an entrepreneur
Yes.
in the AI business. What about you?
Our directors say it a lot. After graduating, we will be operational and able to enter the job market directly. So, but I'm still hesitant. I don't know if I will pursue a master's degree right after directly work.
All right, so okay, so there is either like continuing studies or going straight to the business market.
Yes, but it would be interesting to work and then return to do a master's degree. That's also a possible path.
Yeah, that would make sense as well. So you know better what you want because you know it from experience and not just from thinking about it. You kind of mentioned it in the pitch, but what sort of things will your students do once they are graduated?
So we educate them to be data scientists, to have this expertise, and depending on their business appetite, so they can go to entrepreneurship and start their business, but they can go to more business-oriented jobs like data analysts and AI project leaders or the kind of things, and they can go also towards more research positions or development positions in AI engineering and that kind of things. So it's you learn tools which can be applied in basically most business units of companies, and these are very open profiles. Yeah.
What are you expecting from them as alumni students?
Oh, as alumni students, I expect them to stay in touch with us, to come back and to lecture some of our students in workshop, in career workshops, and to build a community around that program.
It's a trick question, and if you don't want to answer it, you cannot answer it. What is good about your program director? What do you like about your program director?
Well, it is a special case for us because we're one of the first cohorts, and so we don't have graduated alumni, but what we do have right now is our proximity with all our teachers and the academic directors.
Will they be part of the alumni network of École Centrale de Lyon or of EM Lyon Business School?
Both.
Both?
Yes. As from day one when they enter the program, they have live memberships into our two networks. And so, as I said in the pitch, there are 45,000 alumni of EM Lyon, 20,000 of École Centrale. That's a lot of people all around the globe.
Why should I choose to study data science in France rather than in the, I don't know, US, for example, or in America, where it's like, you know, the big leaders?
Oh, so the big companies. But
Yeah,
as
the
far
big
as
companies.
education is concerned, you have excellent technical education and business education all over the world. We are two very good schools. We've been working for more than a century together, and we have this proximity and this know-how, and we liked working together. So it's one great place to do so. It's not the only one, but it's one very good place.
All right, maybe that was my cliche, like only the US can do AI and data science, but it's been debunked. You want to add something?
Yeah, if I may add, so it is true that the biggest companies are not necessarily in France, but the internships we do are internationally. Like we do not do them in France, so we still can experience, we still can have a professional experience with the big companies, even though we learn in France.
So that's also what Lyon is opening. It's opening the doors of the world, basically. We still have some extra time. It's time to extra time. I said EM Lyon, but it's also École Centrale de Lyon, obviously. Extra time is about adding something that we haven't said already, or maybe emphasizing something that has been said, or anything else that comes to your mind. Céline, I will let you start. What would be your conclusion?
Let Butsa start.
You want, all right.
Let Monsieur Savignan start.
Okay.
Thank you, guys, for your support. What I would say in following what we just said about various places for education and North America, this program indeed follows this North American trend of bachelor, of educating people 3 to 4 years post high school in an operational way. And the way we teach inside the program is also inspired by Anglo-Saxon pedagogy. That is more applied. We don't do the theory for the sake of it, but for applications. And somehow it's Anglo-Saxon pedagogy, and also code-oriented and so on.
And they have to work.
And they have to work. And they have to practice, yes.
And to
They
practice.
have to practice a lot.
Yeah, that's how it comes. Yes, Selina?
So I'm going to say this program, I think it would be the most interesting for international students who have done French school abroad with the AEFE, because like this, like they learn in English, so it's a new language that they can master, and they have a sneak peek of the international world, but yet still staying in the same French bubbles, French culture that we get at school.
Thank you very much. Butsa.
We talked about data science in the US. That was something that I wanted to do, but financially it's a big burden to go study in the US as an international student. And I would say that France is very welcoming with all the student discounts.
All right, the student discounts, yeah, it's all
And
about
the Crous.
it's all about the money, obviously. Well, basically combining data science and management for more responsible business, the BSc, the Bachelor's in Data Science for Responsible Business trains tomorrow's experts. If that's what you want to become, well, you know what it is, EM Lyon Business School and École Centrale de Lyon. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon.